The airplane is a tool. It's there to use. And I used it to get a very effective witness in here.
Standing by the decision to fly on your dime, an upstate lawmaker dismisses critics who say he abused your tax dollars. But this controversy isn't over yet. Graham Moore has new details tonight on the continuing fallout from this fancy flight. What have you found out, Graham?
And Tom, fancy it was. More than 6,000 taxpayer dollars spent by an upstate Republican to fly in a guest speaker on the state's airplane. And now fellow lawmakers are calling for investigations, and one even wants to get rid of the airplanes because of years of questionable misuse.
We understand who's advocating for what.
State Rep Bill Chumley isn't backing down, even as his critics get louder with claims he wasted the public's money.
I'm not right all the time. I'm right this time.
On Wednesday, the upstate Republican sent the state's airplane to Washington to pick up and bring professor and conservative media personality Walter Williams to Columbia.
Solely on the court.
Once there, Williams testified in front of a House subcommittee in support of Chumley's proposed bill that aims to nullify the new federal health care law. That flight cost taxpayers $6,390. Do you think it was worth $6,000? Why not fly coach or some other means?
Well, he's elderly and he's been sick, and his schedule's terrible.
On Thursday, a Democratic lawmaker sent a letter to the House Ethics Commission asking for a review of Chumley's actions. Another threatened to file a complaint. And even Governor Nikki Haley today told me the state's planes shouldn't be used to fly in experts.
You know, it should be for economic development and state business. That's my thought.
All this for a fight over the new health care law that's been deemed legal by the nation's highest court, something Chumley rejects. But what about the Supreme Court's ruling that it is constitutional?
What about the Constitution that says laws that are constitutional shall be obeyed? Laws that are not constitutional, it is
so
the state's duty.
Who decides?
The people. The people decide.
So the Supreme Court's ruling doesn't.
I think they were wrong.
Even if the court were wrong about health care, it's currently legal. And former U.S. prosecutor and current Greenville County Solicitor Walt Wilkins says efforts by Chumley and others to nullify the law while spending thousands of tax dollars in the process will not do much good.
The effect of that is probably going to be minimal in that the federal government has every right to enforce and execute that particular legislation on the citizens of South Carolina.
This has been ruled constitutional on a federal level, and it's just a waste of time. Do you think that's true?
Absolutely not. I do not think that's true. If I thought it was true, I'd quit today.
All right, and some have asked Chumley to return the money spent on this week's flight. He said he doesn't plan to do that and told me he'd even do it again if he had to. Tom?
All right, Graham, thanks for that. And listen to this. Late this afternoon, Senator Harvey Peeler from Gaffney told 7 on Your Side he is drafting a bill that would get rid of the state's 2 airplanes. Peeler says too many lawmakers have abused it over the years. He thinks politicians could fly commercially at a much more cost-effective rate. We'll stay on top of the story as it develops. Of course, we'll keep you informed.